Wretched, welcome back to Ship of Fools, a nautical D&D actual play podcast. My name is Hannah MacLeod, and I am, as always, your dungeon master on this nautical adventure. Joining me today, I have Andy Latai.
Finn Fisher.
Nolani Stevenson.
Regin Stockweather.
And Taylor Wallace.
Malachi.
And we are back! So, let's do a quick recap, and then we can dive right in. Last session, the party had just arrived at Angel Isle, the hub of pirate and smuggler and other illegal activity in the Lunluma Ocean. They came here seeking some information and mostly just a place to lay low and a place for the dozens of NPCs that they have following them around to lay low.
We're amassing an army.
The party disembarked and explored the island a bit, making your way to the Lamplighter Tavern, where Regin and his old buddies used to frequent. There you ran into one of those old buddies, an Aarakocra named Milson, who gave you some drugs and also tipped you off to the existence of a haunted cove that would be the perfect place to stash some ships and some people for a few weeks or kind of however long you need, as the story of the ghosts certainly keeps all other humans away. The problem is, of course, the ghosts. So, you guys sort of resolved to set off to check out that cove and see if it is a viable place, for you to lay low. In the meantime, Regin picked up, some stuff that he'd left behind on the island, some gold, some personal effects, and a note that he hadn't been expecting to find. While the others went to the black market, where Finn met a fellow lurker worshiper and made some serious money selling supplements to pirates who are certainly looking for some pep in their step. You guys also, Nira had a conversation with an ally of hers, a tabaxi captain named Captain Momo. Got some more information there. And then you guys spoke with a somewhat shady fortune teller who told you she would interpret things for you and then was just generally very cryptic, but certainly some food for thought. And that's kind of where we're picking up. So you guys are, at this point, accompanied by Baleen and Nira, and you're sort of standing in the physical black market, just sort of outside this fortune teller's tent. All around you, you're still surrounded by people who are selling, both kind of like shops that are there permanently and tents that people have just set up, and also people who are just kind of standing there hawking their wares. You'd noted last time there's like a magic item, some sort of magic shop, as well as someone who's doing tattoos, seemed to be the two places that had caught the most interest, but there's also all kinds of other stuff here. Basically, if you're looking for anything, it's probably here. There's also food. I didn't mention this last time, but there's definitely, people who are selling, churros and the fantasy equivalent of fried dough.
Let's fucking go. There's churros?
I think that could just be fried dough.
Yeah. You're so right.
It's actually, it's dyed fro.
I'll take one fried dough, please.
You get a fried dough covered in powdered sugar.
He just shouts it into the square.
Yeah. Someone provides.
Oh, wait, Nurgle, I owe you french fries. I get him some fries.
Yeah, you get Nurgle some french fries. He eats them with gusto.
My god.
Yeah, Nurgle hasn't had french fries since the execution, I think. So he's very enthusiastic about them.
Special occasions only.
Takes you back, doesn't it?
Yeah. Cool. So you have, probably a little bit of time if you have anything you want to do before you go back to the ships to go check out Soliban Cove, or you can just go right back to the ships at this point and plan to circle back for fun once you've dealt with business.
I'm gonna get a tattoo.
Okay.
Regin, you might need some time if you're getting a detailed tattoo.
Yeah, maybe we do that later.
You guys suck.
You can make an appointment. I don't know what you're planning to get. Maybe you could get it now. I don't know. How much time do we have?
Kind of up to you guys. You have probably, like, at this point... I mean, everyone was a little vague. It was just kind of, like, meet back at the ship. So, like, maybe, like, half an hour to an hour. But there's no huge rush. Like, no one is super waiting for you.
Should we get any, like, ghost fighting supplies? I don't know if that's a thing people sell.
Excuse me, shopkeep, do you have any ghost poison?
Yeah, you like wave down someone who looks like they know about fighting ghosts, which is this like big old pirate with a peg leg. And he kind of like takes his pipe out of his mouth and like squints at you and he goes, you're tangling with some ghosts, are you?
Not at the moment, but you never know.
Do you know if are they literal ghosts or are they some other sort of undead?
Like regrets that haunt me to this day? No, the first kind.
The regrets. The stories of your past. He like puffs on his pipe and gives a 1,000-yard stare. Then he looks back and he goes, for regular ghosts, you could check out that right in the corner. They've got all the sorts of, undead fighting sorts of things.
Okay. Thank you.
Wait, actually, I'm really good at fighting undead.
Oh.
Congratulations.
Malachi says this to himself suddenly.
I high-five Malachi.
Remembering. I've never done it before, but I have a feeling I'd be really good at it.
Malachi, you really shouldn't just brag to the pirates. You're gonna give him a complex.
The man with the pipe walks off.
Right? They're vulnerable to radiant damage, right?
Not all of them, but they
Pirates?
are. Some of them are, and then your divine smites just like do extra damage. Yeah.
I go over to the place that he pointed to.
Yeah, he pointed over to this like kind of like tucked away in a corner. It's like mostly indoors. You have to like go through this door into a shop where there is this very gaunt looking woman with like long kind of scraggly black hair and just these like sunken in eyes like standing behind this counter in this very dark little shop, and she goes, hello.
Are you a ghost?
That's a very rude question.
Hello,
I notice you're not answering.
ma'am.
What is it you need?
Well,
Do you have an
I don't want to be...
undead you're trying to deal with?
Yes, but not you.
We may run into some undead.
I don't know if you are or not, but if you are, it's not you. Trust me.
I wouldn't have thought it was me.
Finn, you're nailing this. You're doing such a good job right now, bro.
Thanks.
Do you have any more specifics? She's like opening little boxes and kind of like rifling through them.
Pirate ghosts.
Oh, the classic. Lots of people who come in here are dealing with pirate ghosts. You might want to take a couple of these. She pulls out a few vials of this clear liquid. These little glass vials of clear liquid. She goes, holy water, specially consecrated. This will be helpful. Kind of pushes it toward you.
I see that and I get really thirsty.
30 gold pieces each. Additionally, if you're requiring holy symbols, or if you need silver or stakes that could be driven, for instance, through the heart of a vampire.
Oh, no thanks, I just ate.
No, not that kind of stake. This kind of stake. She pulls out a big wooden pointed stake.
Oh, that kind of steak.
Hey!
What, are you a vampire? Don't look like one.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Malachi, are you a vampire?
And Malachi checks his teeth. Malachi shows his teeth to Finn.
All right, you win this round.
Reagan seductively presents his neck to Malachi in a becoming manner.
You need a wash, mate.
Yeah, it's fair. It's been a minute.
Malachi does lean in very close to Reagan's neck to sniff it.
These are books about ghosts, if you want these.
Oh, yeah, you're
just
still here.
For general knowledge. I am trying to make a sale.
Oh, we don't read.
I also have Alchemist's Fire, which is just useful in general for exploding.
Can ghosts catch on fire?
They do not catch on fire, but it does blow them apart.
How do you use this holy water when you're fighting a ghost?
You can just throw it on them. You can either splash the contents on the creature within 5 feet of you, or throw it up to 20 feet, shattering it on impact. In either case, it counts as a ranged attack against a target creature. And if the target is a fiend or undead, it takes 2d6 radiant damage.
Would it do anything if we, coated our weapons with it?
It would probably act similarly. You would get one burst of radiant damage from it. It would not last for multiple attacks, but for one attack, it would give you some extra damage. And like you were pointing out so astutely, sometimes radiant damage is good against the undead.
Ma'am, your last name wouldn't happen to be Gygax or something, would it?
No, that was... I've never heard of this man.
What do you think? I mean, most of this stuff, I gotta say, I feel like we can do without. We're all pretty powerful. Maybe the holy water, though?
I think that would be nice to have it, even if we don't need it now. Should my
That's true. What if we get thirsty later?
symbol ever go missing again?
We'll take the holy water.
Maybe someday I'll learn to make that myself.
How many would you like?
Oh, man. Questions after questions. 2.
Okay, here you go. She pushes forward the 2 holy waters, so that's 60 gold.
I don't suppose we could get that gift wrapped, could we?
Who is it a gift for?
Me. Just a little treat, you know.
He likes to feel special.
1 gold extra.
Go on, Finn.
What would you say, instead of 60 gold, what about a trade?
What do you have to trade?
And I pull out one of the unidentified magic items. Let's say... I pull out the puzzle box, and I hold it up, and I'm like, huh? This is pretty magic.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage because she's not super interested.
What does that do again?
We don't know.
Oh.
11?
Okay, she, sort of frowns at it, and she says, I sort of have a specialty going on here. If it is not helpful for fighting undead, I'm not going to be able to get much resale value.
Okay, all right. I can respect someone who commits to a theme.
Thank you.
I pay her the gold.
Nice. She takes the gold. She goes, let me know if you need anything, any torches or anything like that. Candles. Sometimes in this sea, it is dark.
Oh. Do the candles work?
Well, they are candles. They burn with a little fire.
Do they cut through the fog, or are they just like normal candles?
They do, but not very far. The fog is...
Okay, then I don't know why we would need those.
We all have dark vision.
Oh, okay. Look at these, all having dark vision.
I dart a glance at Malachi. Sort of.
Mechanical question for Mr. Gygax, please. Multi-part question. 1, can you silver a blunt weapon? And does silvering a blunt weapon work the same way as silvering a weapon that does piercing or slashing damage? 2, if yes, what is the procedure and price of doing that?
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes, that silvering a blunt weapon would have the same effect. I am also going to say it would take a while. Like, that's basically like you leave your weapons with a blacksmith overnight. There definitely is someone on Angel Isle who can do that, and Regin would probably just know that you could find them. It is basically like you pay for the price of the silver and then the blacksmith's time, but it would definitely be a leave them overnight sort of thing.
Okay.
What is silver effective against?
Most effective against lycanthropes.
And Judas.
There are other monster stat blocks that it's like resistance to damage, bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, unless from a silvered weapon.
Okay.
Werewolves are the big ones. I don't know if you guys would know of any others.
Guess we just better not run into any werewolves.
That's how I try to live my life. Thank you, ma'am. Have a lovely day.
You're welcome.
I hope lots of people are trying to fight undead.
This is a good ocean for it. There are many undead. Lots of people like to fight them. Okay.
Hey, you said it.
Good luck with your ghosts.
Thank you.
Cool. You guys leave. Is there anything else you want to get? Like any potions of healing or any sorts of things like that you want to pick up around here?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
I love shopping.
Yeah.
We should set up a shipping address so that we can have packages.
Wow.
Then we can wait for our packages to arrive.
A shipping address.
You guys just get a P.O. box.
Our shipping address is actually archiveofourown.org/shipofools.
Oh my god.
I assume. I hope.
I think we should place little online orders through the cloth, and then every time our orders arrive, we get 10 XP.
Wow. You only get XP.
To simulate that high of getting your package.
Wow.
And then you have to order another one, or you're fucked.
I was gonna say, Taylor, have you been online shopping again?
Okay. Potions of healing, which just restore 2d4 plus 2, the kind of common base level ones, are 25 gold pieces. Greater healing, 44 plus 4, is 50 gold pieces. Superior healing, 8d4 plus 8, is 150 gold pieces. And then supreme healing, which is 10d4 plus 20, is 300 gold pieces.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
What if I got, like, a combo meal, right? Like,
We get a discount for a package deal.
right. Like, getting a combo is cheaper than just getting the individual McNuggets.
Yes, if you guys are wanting to buy a few, I'll have you make a persuasion check to see if you're able to talk the shopkeeper into cutting you a deal.
Yeah, I think we should buy at least a couple. Maybe a couple greater and a couple normal.
All right.
I don't know. We don't want to shell out for a superior yet, right?
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah.
We need just enough to wake someone up when they get knocked out.
Just enough for if I can't do anything about it, then you guys are able to take care of yourselves.
Okay.
You say that like I don't have healing magic.
You do, but should we run out of our healing magic? We do 2 greatest, 2 common?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Between all of us, we have enough for that.
Someone go ahead and make me a persuasion check.
Can we help him?
I sidle up to the shop.
You have advantage from your friends, also arguing.
I sidle up to the shopkeeper and I'm like, you call these health potions? These potions I wouldn't feed to my dog if he was injured.
Interesting tactic, but okay.
Potion seller?
17.
Okay.
We need your strongest potion.
You see this, very blustery man, who's the potion seller, is kind of like, oh, how dare you! You'll find when you use my potions, boy, that they're the best potions you'll find anywhere in the Lunluma Ocean, not just on Angel Isle. He'll give you all of those for 120 gold.
By virtue of being insulted about them.
Deal!
Okay. So you guys have 2 greater potions of healing and 2 common potions of healing. Decide who's holding on to those.
You guys each should hold on to one of the graders. And I'll hold one of the commons, and then one of you take the other.
Finn, you could take the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
After we've made the transaction, I say to the shopkeeper, by the way, you should learn to stand up for yourself, you know? Don't let guys like me walk all over you.
He looks baffled. he thought that he came out of that interaction the winner, and is really mystified by what went wrong.
Have a nice day.
Maybe we could have gotten him down more.
Okay.
I don't have a dog.
I'm right here.
Quiet, boy.
You guys leave. Is there any other supplies or anything else you want to do here? I'm gonna say that it's toward the end of while you're kind of finishing up with the healing potion seller. Malachi and Regin, you guys both feel the kind of buzz from the dragon's dandruff that you've had for the past hour, which has just been kind of making you feel good and confident and cheerful. It feels like it goes from your head down to your muscles, and all of a sudden you just feel really strong. Your strength and constitution both bump up by 1, so your charisma and your intelligence lower back down to their normal rates, and your strength and constitution both bump up by 1.
Hey!
And you just feel like you have so much energy. You want to run, you want to, lift things, you want to, you're just so, you feel so strong.
Oh man, I feel like I have 20 strength all of a sudden. Regin,
What?
arm wrestle me.
I'm gonna lose. Because all of my things are fucking even numbers except for my wisdom.
I slap a cold towel on Reagan's forehead and I'm like, you can do this, you can do this.
Oh, this is very soothing, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Regin, how long does this last? Maybe we should go.
What, the good stuff? It's like a couple of hours kind of journey that you go on.
Yeah.
All right, well, yeah, let's go do some fighting while you guys are feeling good.
Should we buy drugs, guys?
We already have drugs.
Yeah, but we don't have this stuff.
Malachi, you can get more drugs after dinner, okay?
Malachi, you haven't felt the crash yet.
I don't care. I feel great.
Oh god, what have I done?
I mean, if I take more of this right before we go to the cove, then I'd probably kill some ghosts really easy.
We're already going to the cove. You already took it right before we go to the cove.
I don't know how long it takes to get there.
It's gonna take a day to get there.
Oh.
And that's if you don't get lost.
See what I'm saying? We need more drugs. Wow. Wait, what am I saying? Oh my god.
Yeah, we can get more drugs.
Maybe the drugs could be a reward for killing the ghosts.
Finn, it's not every day someone gets 20 strength and has to lose it.
That happens to us, like, kind of frequently. Happened to you last week.
No, that was 23 strength. Then I felt like a god.
Are you buying drugs or are you leaving?
What's the crash like, Regin?
I'm pretty sure we're gonna take a level of exhaustion.
Hey, but if we nap on the way there, then I use it before we fight the ghosts.
Let's call this a trial run. If you like a crash, then you can get more drugs later.
But then I won't have it when we're fighting the ghosts.
Malachi, you're already swole as hell.
I just want a +5, man.
The ghosts are going to take one look at you and run the other direction.
Well, I hope they don't, because then they'll just come back when we're gone.
Oh, yeah. They'll take one look at Regin and be like, ooh, let's go for him.
Rude, but okay.
I turn back to Regin and whisper, sorry, but Malachi needs this.
Yeah.
Fine, if you don't think it'll be a boon.
Now let's go!
Yeah, no, drugs are bad to do.
Wow, really quick reversal on that.
Just keep telling yourself that, darling.
Cool. You guys leave the black market.
Can I arm wrestle someone for money?
You can go into a tavern and make a bet with someone, yeah.
Oh, that doesn't seem like me.
Oh my god, is this what I'm like? Is this what it's like to be with me?
I look at Regin dead in the eyes and I say, this is just a taste.
Malachi has never been on drugs before. Regin, which of these guys do you think I could?
Let's go to the cove, Mal.
Oh, I see. Reagan's the only one who gets to fight anybody.
Yes, it's kind of my whole thing.
Damn. You should get a new thing. That's kind of sad.
Maybe it should be my thing. Maybe I'd win.
Finn, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but my whole thing is kind of sad. We're working on it.
I thought your whole thing was that you liked dragons.
Reagan's got a lot of things.
I got a lot of things going on, I'm realizing.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Cool. As you guys are walking back to the boat, will someone just roll a d12 for me?
11.
Okay.
I hope it's the kind of roll where high is good.
Cool.
Maybe fighting should be my thing. Feel like I could actually make money off of it.
Whoa!
Yeah, you guys are able to make it back to your ship without incident. You arrive at your trio of ships, really. You walk back out this long dock to where you kind of parked the ships. You can see that, like, some people have just, like, gotten off the ships and are hanging out on the dock just to kind of, you know, be off the ships they've been cooped up on for 6 days. You see Nell and Alden beat you guys back here and are kind of, like, hanging out, essentially waiting for you, kind of waiting to regroup. I do think, actually, as you kind of, like, are on your way back to the ships, Nira will be like, hey, do you want me to come with you for the whole ghost fighting thing? Or should I kind of hang out here and continue talking to contacts and, you know, doing my pirate thing?
I mean, I feel like I'm not going to make you come with us.
Great, okay.
But you'd probably be helpful.
She'd be pretty helpful here, too, though.
You'd be helpful here, too. So whatever... I mean, will you still be here when we get back?
Probably.
It's not encouraging, Nira.
I'll still be here. If I've got stuff I need to tell you, then I'll still be here. Which I probably will, because I imagine there's still more business here.
All right.
Besides, I want to make sure you don't get killed by vengeful ghosts of a sea witch or whatever the hell's going on.
Yeah, I suppose if we're gonna go get killed by vengeful ghosts of a sea witch, it's best if you're not there also. Alright. Good talk. He pats her on the shoulder.
She, like, looks at you sideways, and is like, okay. Baleen is like, I assume I'm not allowed to come fight ghosts, right?
I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah, okay. I recognize. I certainly don't know anything about fighting ghosts. Nell and Alden are kind of, like, sitting at the edge of one of the docks, talking, and they kind of look up as you guys approach, and they're like, Nell sort of, like, stands up and is like, hey, what'd you guys find out?
Malachi has a troubling relationship with substances.
That's
Okay.
not true.
Okay.
I've never done anything before. Except for right now. Reagan's friend did serve us drugs.
Uh-huh.
And, I mean, as of now, we're very strong. I don't know what else is going to happen because I've never experienced this before, but I am feeling a little less like myself.
I'm really sorry I let Mal take drugs from an acquaintance of mine, but it was pretty funny at the time, and I'm glad he did it. And what else do we do? Finn started a racketeering, and I found us a piece of real estate.
I brought people on board for a legitimate, exciting investment opportunity.
We got a lot of money, actually.
Wow.
Oh, also, we know about a place we can go.
Great.
We made some money and immediately spent it.
Great.
That's the Angel Isle experience in a nutshell.
Back to the place we can go.
Soliban Cave? Heard of it?
Cove?
They look at each other.
Sorry, my mind's on caves right now after the fortune teller.
Nell shakes their head, but Alden's like, yeah, I thought it was haunted.
It is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right, for now.
Great. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, hopefully it won't be after we're done with it.
Yeah.
We got some holy water. And this, I hold up my axe.
Okay. Nell's like,
And this, I hold up the puzzle box. And just sort of shrug. Oh, maybe.
Maybe. We were asking around to see if we could get a read on the sort of situation as far as our personal notoriety goes. The good news is, I don't think, at least right now, that anyone is going to recognize us and try to kill us. The bad news is there definitely are bounties out on all of our heads. Specifically, what's really happened is that there's a big bounty. The government, the crown itself, is offering 3,000 gold for anyone who can catch the adventurer.
Oh, that's not us.
And the rest of us, as associates of the adventurer, according to the tales that have just started reaching the island in the past couple days, as near as we can tell. The three of you, me, Alden, Shiloh, and then also Quarion and Cleo and Oriana apparently wanted as well, which is a good sign because we don't know where they are. And so the fact that they're wanted means that they haven't already been captured, hopefully. The description, Finn, no one seems to really know what you look like. So
I brush my mutton chops.
There's a point in that direction. Malachi, you're pretty recognizable, unfortunately. Regin, the information that seems to have spread is that you possess the ability to turn giant. Because most of this,
true.
I think, is coming from the cathedral square. The story that has reached here is about the attempted execution. The story is that the adventurer, this radical anti-monarchist, attacked the central square with some of her associates and then set off an explosion, killing a bunch of innocent people and freed a bunch of traitors to the crown. Some of the pirates actually think this is pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
But a lot of them just want the gold. So,
Well, how much are we worth?
you guys are worth we're all worth 500 gold each. So if we want to, which is,
Okay.
it's not like huge, but it's not bad either.
I take one step away from Regin.
Okay, so concept. I turn you in, you turn him in, he turns me in. That's whatever 500 times 3 is.
That's 1,500 gold, except for we don't get it because we're all in prison.
Oh.
Although we have broken out of a prison before.
And we're all let off for good behavior.
Oh my god, yeah, what if we all turn states?
Yeah, if each condition of turning somebody in is our own freedom, but we each do it. It's like the reverse prisoner's dilemma.
I think that gains us a net zero.
No, I think it could work.
But what a story.
You know, if we're that good at prison breaking, I think we'd be better off at this point just robbing a bank than turning ourselves in for money.
You give a God-fearing man one stimulant and suddenly he wants to bank rob? If I'd known it was this easy, I would have gotten you high years ago.
Listen, the banks of Lithios are not exactly a hallowed institution.
Oh no, he's gonna turn over the tables of the money changers.
Sick Bible reference, Andy.
Thanks, dude.
What need have we for mortal coin?
Exactly. That's what I would say as well. Thank you, Malachi. That's the status right now as far as us being wanted. The story of the adventure is definitely spreading, which I'm sure is exactly what she wanted. Yeah. So, Haunted Cove, and then we can figure out.
We'll go from there.
Yeah. Cool. So who all do you guys want to take? Basically, just everybody who isn't going to the Haunted Cove can go on the other ships and just kind of stay. It should, from kind of what you guys know of its location, again, if you don't get lost, it would be 1 day there, and then however long it takes you to deal with the cove, and then 1 day back. You would know that you have a greater chance of getting, like, you'll probably be able to find your way back to Angel Isle. It's just a matter of how long it takes you to actually find the cove. And then once you've found the cove, like, the way the Lightless Sea works is generally just that it's hard to find a place you haven't been to before. So you're looking at a minimum of 2 days that you're gone, more if things go poorly. Pretty much anyone is, like, willing to come with you, other than Nira, who kind of doesn't want to, but probably would if you insisted, like we already talked about.
She's scared of ghosts.
Yeah.
I think we should leave at least a few, fighters behind with the rest of our people, just in case we don't come back, and...
Yeah.
Leave Nell, take Shiloh and Alden.
Definitely leave Shiloh.
I would leave Shiloh and take Nell.
But I want to hang out with Rosie!
You want to put Rosie in harm's way?
This has not been discussed yet. Shiloh doesn't have Rosie. Rosie.
What?
Rosie was on the adventurer's ship, which.
Guys, hard pivot. We are going after the adventurer right the fuck now.
I had thought maybe someone would have brought up at some point. If you at any point had asked Shiloh about that, she would explain that because Rosie is, like, bonded to her, she essentially, like, Rosie's not a real dog. She's a, like, robot that is kind of magically...
She's real to me, Hannah.
...connected to Shiloh. So Shiloh essentially, like, deactivated her and can rebuild her, but has not had the parts to do so. So
similar to a familiar.
Similar to a familiar, but requires, like, you need to have the metal and the time to kind of remake the dog.
Okay. We leave Shiloh here.
Okay, so Shiloh has to stay here. Shiloh has important things to do.
We're gonna reunite her, god damn it.
Yeah. That is what part of what she's working on, kind of now that there's been time to get supplies at Angel Isle. Uh-huh. But Nell and Alden will come with you guys.
Okay.
Worm.
Okay. You get on Matt Black. You tell everyone you'll be back in a couple days.
Baleen, if Father C sends to you, tell him I say hey.
Okay, same for me.
All right.
Hey, Amelia, if we're not back in a day, have Marco send to us. Or not back in a day, back in 2 days.
She gives a little salute. Cool, and you guys sail off into the sea. Once it has been an hour since you, so like maybe half an hour after you leave, Regin and Malachi both crash. The strength...
Malachi's in the middle of, like, hauling some really big ropes because he has the strength.
The strength leaves your body. You do both take a level of exhaustion as the effects of the drugs wear off.
Yep, there it is.
Good thing I have these cold towels.
Hey, real quick question, Regin. Why do you do this? What? This sucks.
The euphoria and the temporary feelings of betterment, and the fact that if you keep on...
But if you pumped iron every single day, you would have that without the drugs.
Ah, right. I bet you're vegan too now, aren't you?
What? No.
Malachi keto arc commences now.
Ew, no, he loves muffins, you bitch!
How could you take that away from him?
Listen, as long as you're not a pescatarian, we're fine.
Delightful. So, I need a survival check from kind of whoever is navigating.
Finn!
Yeah, to get you through the sea. I'm going to tell you that for finding a place that you know the vague location of, but have never been to before, the DC to make it exactly on time is very high. But depending on how well you do, depends how much time you lose.
I am the whole time constantly telepathing below the ship to see if there's any fish that can point it in the right direction at every step.
Yeah, you're a pretty good person to be the navigator. You also can get advantage on this roll because there's people around who are sort of helping you with this task.
I'm helping. I'm also napping, but I'm helping.
Yeah.
Nurgle, you take the wheel!
Ah! Go ahead and make that roll.
That's a nat 20.
Wow! Okay.
I'll roll the second time just to see, but, yeah, nat 20, 26 overall.
26 overall.
Sick.
Cool. So that beats the DC. The DC was 25 to make it perfectly on time. So on a nat 20, you successfully beat the DC. And are making good between, like, remembering what you learned about this cove, which was also a nat 20 to know about this cove. And
I feel like I've been to this cove already.
and you are able to, like, ping a couple of very helpful lanternfish, which kind of steer you along the way. It does still take a day's travel, which I'm going to say is, like, considered, like, 12, 14 hours or something like that. So that is enough time for Regin and Malachi to get a long rest in. However, I do still need, for this day of travel, somebody to roll me a d10.
3.
Okay. So, Regin and Malachi, you guys both kind of, like, go below decks and are sleeping.
Finn, call us if you need us.
Yep.
Finn, you are just kind of, like, you know, driving the ship, basically. Matt Black drives herself, but you're sort of, steering and keeping the course and focusing on that. Alden is, like, practicing sword fighting, and Nell is sort of, like, writing in some sort of book that you've probably seen them writing stuff down in quite a few times over the past week or so of travel. And Finn, just kind of out of the corner of your eye, you catch another guy, another sailor who's on this ship with you, is just kind of going about, looks like he's, like, moving the riggings around.
I thought we only brought Nell and Alden.
You did.
Oh.
But this other sailor is just kind of this, like, human guy who looks vaguely familiar to you. At first glance, you're just kind of like, oh, yeah, that guy. And it is the kind of, like, the second glance of, oh, I thought we weren't bringing anyone.
Hey! Hey, hello?
Ahoy!
Ahoy! Sorry, I forget your name.
Bill!
Oh, Bill!
Oh my god, it's Bootstrap Bill.
Did we... Sorry, I forget, you know, people were doing some drugs, you know, everyone's a little addled. I didn't realize you were on the ship.
He looks confused and sort of... Sorry, I don't think I can quite hear you. There's a lot of wind.
I get closer to him. Is he on the deck?
He's on the deck. He, like, was, like, retying a knot.
I walk closer to him. Can I get a better look at him?
Yeah, you walk closer to him. Make me a perception check.
14?
14. Still just, even as you get closer to him, he still just looks like a guy. I think you do notice that his, outfit looks, like, outdated. Like, it looks like the sort of thing that people would have worn maybe 100 years ago. And he has, like, an eye patch over one eye, and is just sort of looking at you like you're being weird here.
So, you, were you AAA or one of Amelia's guys?
Oh, one of Amelia's guys. For sure.
Listen, I don't want to be rude. Listen, I got foot and mouth disease, you know, sometimes I say the wrong thing. But don't take this the wrong way. No problem. There's no wrong answer. It's chill. You seem like a nice guy. Are you a ghost?
I'm pretty sure I'd know if I were a ghost.
Okay, I'm actually not sure that you would know if you were. That's one of the things with ghosts, I think. But I guess fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed for which way?
I guess for his sake, fingers crossed that he's not a ghost. That would suck to find out.
He sort of, like, looks down at himself and looks down at his hands and, like, presses his hands together, and they press against each other, but then he, like, looks back to the ropes that a second ago he was, like, interacting with just fine, and goes to grab them, and his hand, like, goes through the ropes.
Oh, no.
And he just sort of, like, looks at his closed fist for a second,
guy.
and then just vanishes. Completely vanishes.
Oh, God. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything. That's my bad, Bill. Oh. Oh, man.
Poor Bill.
I feel awful about this, honestly. If you want to just hang out and be a ghost, that's fine. Oh, no. Oh, boy.
Alden looks over at you and is like, well, I feel like you did the right thing. I don't know what else you would have really done there.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It feels kind of fucked up to force someone to confront their own tenuous non-existence, right?
What were you going to do? Just let him continue in a tenuous non-existence?
I mean, he wasn't doing anyone any harm.
Maybe he could have fought on our side in the Ghost War.
That's true. He could be our double agent.
Okay, the next ghost will recruit.
Okay.
What if the next ghost sucks, though, Alden?
Yeah, the next ghost might not be as cool as Bill, is the thing.
You make a great point.
Well,
Meanwhile, downstairs, Regin and I were cuddling with another ghost in the middle of our bunk before he disappeared.
let's keep an eye out for Bill on the way back.
Oh, I'm suddenly so warm.
Hey, Regin,
What?
give him back.
It's like the opposite of what ghosts do.
Wait, I thought you had him. Right, no, I was suddenly warm because the ghost who was cold that I was cuddling with vanished. And I found myself instead cuddling with Malachi, who runs at a slightly higher than average
wow.
body
So now
temp.
Malachi and Regin are spooning.
I like that sometimes we're not afraid to go into, like, the high concept stuff on this show.
Okay, cool. But other than that, there are no other
Leave room for Bill.
strange instances. Malachi and Regin wake up. You are long rested, so you no longer have the level of exhaustion. You recover from the bit of damage you took.
Hell yeah.
Finn, if you need to long rest, you can as well.
Oh, yeah, I will. I've got a couple HP to recover.
Actually, since it was a nat 20, I will say you can that allows you to like set the course well enough that you also have time to rest. If it had been more by the skin of your teeth, maybe not.
Oh, Nurgle, wake me up if Bill shows up. I think I owe him a drink. Although not the holy water. That'd be really bad for him.
Okay. And after a day's journey, you guys see, emerging out of the fog, there is an island. You see, emerging out of the fog toward you is this kind of yet another, the next in a line of several, like, crescent-shaped islands you guys have encountered.
Will wonders never cease?
This one is sort of tall and craggy. Looks like a rock formation as much as an island rising up out of the ocean. And it does have, like, some land. You can see there's at least a few kind of, like, scraggly-looking trees that don't get a lot of light, kind of on it. And you can also see that in the sort of bay of this island, there's this little cove. You can make out this, like, black sand beach. A cove that is definitely, like, big enough to fit 3 ships if it needs to. And which is currently occupied by a single ship that is just kind of floating there in the middle of the cove, sails down, just sort of silently floating in the middle of the cove.
Like, supernaturally silent?
Hard to tell from this distance.
Should we put up a signal flag?
Cove ahoy! Oh, geez, didn't realize you were standing right behind me.
I'm gonna ready one of the ballistas just in case.
Okay.
And is there a telescope kicking around anywhere? There's gotta be one.
Oh,
on
for
boat.
sure. There's a spyglass. Yeah.
Okay.
Bill dropped it.
It was Solaris's, so it is, like, covered in gemstones.
Wow.
I dig a few of the gemstones out and pocket them.
Sure. You did this weeks ago.
Yes.
Regin, no, they're Gorilla glued on there.
I'm stronger than Gorilla Glue. And then I use the spyglass to investigate the ship a little bit, see if it looks old, see if it looks, decrepit, haunted, etc.
Yeah. You hold up the spyglass to look through it at the ship, and through the spyglass you see an empty cove.
Oh!
The ship is a vampire.
Alright, so either this spyglass is magical, or they're both something's fucky here.
Look down, Regin. Can you see Matt Black through the telescope?
Can I?
You can, yeah.
Can I see Finn and Mal?
Mm-hmm.
Can you see Bill?
Okay, Finn, create a minor illusion in your hand.
I create a minor illusion of me in my hand.
Can I see it?
Yeah, you can see the minor illusion.
All right, something's funky. I explained what's happening. I don't know what this means, though.
Sounds like it means it's a ghost ship.
All right.
Should we signal to them?
Yeah, do we know that they're hostile? What if we could cohabitate?
Yeah, I'm willing to cohabitate with ghosts.
Let's raise a signal flag.
How close do you get?
I'd say we cross into the mouth of the cove.
Okay. At this point, you're probably like 500 feet out. To get to the mouth of the cove would be like 200 feet from the ship.
We'll have our ballistas ready.
Okay. You drift closer through the kind of gray fog, getting ready to like raise your signal flag, and you have your ballistas ready. As you kind of get to the mouth of the cove, the other ship vanishes. Just when you're kind of getting to the point where you would be raising the signal flag, it just disappears. And you can see, can I have everybody make...
Oh, they're shy.
Can I have everyone make me perception checks?
Nat 1?
Dirty 20.
Okay.
A nice solid 13.
The range, darling.
Okay. Finn, you are the first one to spot that kind of like behind where the ship was a second ago, there is a shipwreck. Kind of, you can see just the sort of like tips of it, like the tip of a mast and like the prow of the ship jutting up out of the water, kind of like near the beach, but like a little ways back from it, clearly kind of up on a sandbar or some underwater rocks or something like that.
Oh my god, they crashed at light speed, invisible to the naked eye.
You guys can also see this, especially once Finn points it out. You're all sort of like standing, looking down at the shipwreck. Do you keep kind of, now that the ship has vanished, are you going to keep sailing forward, or are you going to kind of stop here?
This seems like the island's sort of defense mechanism.
Not much of a defense mechanism.
I would just keep going. Why not?
We proceed with caution, I think, but...
Okay.
I shout, "We are friends of ghost kind!"
You shout that, it sort of echoes, your own voice echoes back at you in the silent cove.
I know Bill!
Can I get another round of perception checks from everyone then as you drift forward?
Yar.
16.
17.
12.
Cool. You guys kind of start to drift forward, and just as you're sort of crossing the mouth of the cave, you hear Nell go, "Hey!" and point to the side of you guys' ship, and the three of you whip around just in time to see a barnacle-encrusted undead hand come up over the side of the ship, immediately followed by another as these wet, zombies, their flesh kind of like sloughing off them along with the water, covered in these barnacles and this like seaweed, and these drowned monsters are climbing over the side of Matt Black. Everybody please go ahead and roll initiative.
Can I shake one of their
boy.
hands politely?
Yeah, you can do that in initiative.
7.
Okay.
19.
A 14.
Great. What does Nurgle have?
15.
Okay.
At least they're wet. They can't be all bad.
Cool. Okay, Regin, you are the first to act. You see...
That's too bad, really.
Yo, stop rolling high. You see that there are, kind of climbing over the sides of the ship, to both your left and your right, to both your port and your starboard sides, there are a total of 5 zombies on each side, so that's a total of 10.
Wow.
And you can see that they look to be like 2 of the ones on the left and 2 of the ones on the right look like... I guess your first instinct would be, wow, these guys look bigger, and it's just because they have more of the, like, sea matter covering them, like, they have, like, a bigger stack of, like, barnacles, so that it is almost like a, like, hump on their shoulder, kind of growing out of them, and they look like, you can just sort of tell that they look almost, like, gross to get close to.
That's 2 on each side, or?
2 on each side, yeah.
Okay.
That's the situation as you see it. And they are, at this moment, they are all kind of still on the edges of the ship, pulling themselves up.
Okay. 2.5 questions. Number 1, What is the width of Matt Black's deck?
Great question that I can find an answer to.
It's a very personal question.
Well, hey, if I wanted to buy her something nice to wear, like, you just want to know, like, for Valentine's Day or something, you gotta know the width of your ship's deck.
20 feet.
20 feet.
Yeah.
That's all right. And prow to stern?
100 feet.
Ooh,
Wow.
she's long and narrow. Question number 2. Bones, right?
So true.
Have you heard about these things, people?
So bones are primarily composed of calcium.
Oh, Jesus
Calcium is a mineral,
Yeah.
and if you left, bones sitting in something like, say, an ocean for a long time, they would kind of be stripped of their organic matter, and they would be pretty much like mineralized, calcified, almost inorganic structures. Would you agree?
I would agree. I would also agree that, like, under those rules, dead bodies don't come back to life, usually. And so...
I dispute that, but so I can't count them as inorganic for purposes of Shatter?
No.
God damn it.
Because they are, if they were just literal dead bodies, yes, but because, actually, even then they'd be organic. But they are living undead.
Okay. It was worth a try.
It was worth a try.
And my half-final question. First of all, I would like to reason with them. I would like to say, whoa, boys, all right, hello, fellow pirates here, not trying to roll up on you, not trying to steal anything, we just need a place to crash, brothers, we just need a crash pad. You want to be cool, or you going to be dicks about it?
You can make an insight check for me.
5.
I think speaking with that giant has really gone to his head.
It's a little bit hard to tell. You kind of can't tell for sure. They definitely don't look like they have good intentions toward you.
Alright. I don't know what I expect.
They're sort of lunging threateningly.
Alright. You ever just Google a spell name and it's actually just a verb and you just...
That's when you start adding 5e to the end of... You gotta add 5e to the end of it, and then you will be adding 5e to the end of every Google search you make, even when it's not relevant.
I love that for you. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Shatter at one of the sides of the ship, basically, so like one of the groups of them.
Cool.
Wait, like at our ship?
No, at the skeletons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can aim it so that it does, like, minimal amount of collateral damage to Matt Black. It might, like, chip the rail a bit, but since they're on the side of the ship, it's easier to do here.
I'll fix it, baby girl.
Remind me, Shatter, how big is it?
It is a 10-foot radius sphere.
Okay, yeah, I will say with a 10-foot radius, you can hit all of them who are on one side. So, they will go ahead and make some saves.
Con saves, please.
Okay. The stronger ones get a 15 and an 18.
Both pass.
Is your DC 15?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the weak ones, we've got one pass, with a natural 19, but then the other two will both fail.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll your damage.
It's gonna be 16 for the fails and 8 for the saves.
Delightful. Okay.
Did you see that, guys? I did math. I did it real fast, too, and I didn't even have to ask for help.
Wow. Cool. So, Regin, you hold out your hand and there's this crack of thunder, and two of the kind of, like, weaker undead immediately, like, an arm blows off one, a leg blows off the other. They are still coming, but these two are very, very hurt. The other three also all look hurt, although not quite as much, and they're still coming with fervor. But the other two are barely holding on to the side of the ship.
Coming with fervor sounds like my Saturday night.
As I said.
And I will not rage on my BA.
Nice.
This time.
Wow. Good for you. Okay. After Regin, you guys see on the other side of the ship that wasn't hit by the shatter, you see this other zombie that no one had seen yet, comes scuttling over the side with, like, a unsettling speed.
Awful.
Good verb.
Scuttles over the side of the ship, and is going to take 2. You see this zombie is holding a crossbow. This like very like waterlogged looking crossbow, that they are going to shoot.
The hinges have to be rusted on that thing.
Going to shoot Regin with. So,
Are you fucking kidding me? You're gonna come at me with piercing damage the time I say I don't rage?
that is a 23 to hit.
I'm gonna use my reaction to impose disadvantage.
Okay.
Or wait, no. I can't do that. That's the wrong fighting style. I was looking at the wrong thing.
You can lessen the damage once I say the damage.
I will reduce the damage.
Cool. So let me do this one then before I roll for the second attack. So that is 5 piercing damage plus 2 poison damage.
Don't bother, Mal, because that's half to 1 for me anyways, so...
So total of 6 damage, 5 piercing, and then 1 poison.
I mean, I get it once per turn, so
Huh.
I'll just use it now.
Okay.
So I am reducing that by... so you only take the 1 poison damage, actually.
Okay.
This is my new fighting style, interception. So actually when this zombie shoots at Regin, Malachi chops the bolt out of the air and it only like flies and hits him in the shoulder.
Okay.
So you actually only take 1 damage.
Cool. You do that. I still do need, Regin, I need a Constitution saving throw from you.
Why? Is this, against poison? Yes, it is.
It's a weird gray area. I'm gonna say that, yes, you get advantage on it. I think that should apply here.
What a fucking waste. I rolled a 6 and a 5.
Okay, it's not a very high DC.
But it does come to an 11.
And you're still an aura, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. That comes to a 15.
Cool, so you pass, and nothing happens. You see that this bit of the arrowhead that did kind of bury itself in your arm, you see this, like, slight blackness kind of spreading out from it, but it doesn't kind of take hold. However, there is a second crossbow bolt coming in your direction.
Fair enough.
Does a 17 hit?
Yes, it does.
So this time you take 7 piercing damage, and then an additional 4 halves to 2 poison damage, and I need another Constitution saving throw.
This time it was an 18 and a 19.
Cool. Once again, this, whatever these bolts have on them is not finding purchase in your half-dwarven fortitude. Awesome. The zombie then, like, scurries behind some, like, barrels and boxes and stuff like that you guys have on Matt Black, and I think disappears from sight. Finn, what's your passive perception?
13.
Okay, disappears from sight. That was that person's turn. Nell is also going to shoot with a crossbow and then hide. Actually, they might do something else with their BA. They're going to shoot at they're going to try to take out one of the zombies that Regin almost killed. Wow, first attack misses. Second attack will hit, and that is 9 piercing damage, which will do it. You see they hold up this light crossbow and shoot one of the zombies in the face and send it toppling back into the ocean. And then they'll look at Finn and they'll be like, hit the hands if you can. And you have advantage on your whatever you do, Andy. Bonus action help. Cool. That's Nurgle's turn.
Nurgle is ready to give...
I bet he could peck out somebody's... I was gonna say eyes, but do they have, like, empty gaping sockets, Hannah? He could peck at somebody's barnacles.
Some of them have eyes, and some of them have empty gaping sockets, and some of them have barnacles growing out of their eye sockets.
Wow.
Nurgle is going to be ready to give me advantage on an attack.
Cool. Now, the 2 strong zombies who are on the side that Regin hit are going to pull themselves over the railing, and they are going to charge at you guys. One of them is going to attack Regin, and one of them is going to attack Malachi. You see, these guys actually have swords. The others look like they just have their fists, but these guys have these, like, rusty long swords. And it's just going to slash at Regin. That is a 21 to hit, and then the second one's only an 11 to hit. So you take 1 hit for 7 slashing damage, and I need another con save. Still with advantage, and Malachi's aura.
Insane rolls I'm having on all of these rolls with advantage. Each one of them has been paired. This one was just a 15 and a 16.
Wild. Okay.
So the 16 comes to 25.
Yeah, you're good. And then against Malachi, that will be... nope, an 11 to hit, and then the second attack is a 10 to hit, so you're fine, I guess. And these guys are now right up in melee with the two of you. Malachi, that is your turn.
All right. I'm gonna save protection from evil and good for after we fight these guys before we fight our next ghosts. So I am going to attack those big guys who just came in.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, these are definitely just the warm-up ghosts. These are the JV zombies.
Dirty 20 hit.
It most certainly does.
10 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna attack that guy again.
Okay.
This is a 19 to hit.
19 hits, yes.
Well, this is what my old fighting style would have prevented. I rolled a 1 on the damage die.
Tragic.
So that is a total of 5 damage that time.
Cool. Takes the 5 damage. The zombies on the other side of the ship pull themselves up. The normal-looking zombies. They are going to charge. I'm going to say that they're just going to kind of split up and engage with the people who don't have anyone in melee with them yet. So one of them's going to attack Nell, one of them will attack Alden, one of them will attack Finn.
These are the normal zombies, you said?
These are the normal zombies, yeah. So first against Finn does a 13 doesn't hit, right?
No.
Okay. So then this one's against Alden. Ooh, natural 19 from the zombies. So that will hit him for 5 bludgeoning damage. You see, these ones are not doing poisonous attacks. And then the one against Nell. Wow, another nat 19. Congratulations, me.
Wow.
3 bludgeoning damage.
So untrue, worsties.
And yeah, these guys are just hanging out. Finn, that is you. You have this one zombie in melee with you.
That's what Finn says.
I figured.
So basically, everyone has one zombie in melee with them, pretty much?
Pretty much, yeah.
Are we all standing in a clump?
You have been for the purposes of aura, yeah.
Okay.
So basically, the 5 of you are like clumped in the middle of the ship, in a kind of back to back with each other.
We're all back to back to back to back to back.
Yeah.
Oh, badass.
As the zombies are coming in.
All right, so first I want to send a telepathy down to the ocean below us. And are there any fish there?
Make a luck check.
13?
With a 13, you get one. One kind of surprised sounding fish is like, wow, hi.
Hey, how many zombies are down there?
Oh, a bunch, but I don't know if they're all attacking you. Some of them are just hanging out.
Huh. Okay.
They kind of live down here.
All right, if you think any of them are like about to attack us, maybe try to calm them down.
Oh, I'm just a little guy. I don't know how I do that. But
I know, you're probably very cute and distracting.
oh, smart. And zombies don't usually eat fish.
Right.
Wow.
All right.
Finn, you should be friends with these guys.
Good talk.
Okay.
And then I turn to the zombies. I appreciate your eating habits, but I would prefer they not include me. And then I'm going to Eldritch Blast, not the one in front of me, because I don't want disadvantage. Him, I just say, like, yeah, come at me, huh? And I'm going to Eldritch Blast one of the ones that still is not in melee with anyone.
Okay. Your options for guys that aren't in melee with anyone are the super, super hurt one, the kinda hurt one, or the 2, like, strong ones who just haven't made it up here yet.
I'm going to shoot at the kinda hurt one.
Okay. And you have advantage on this because Nell helped you.
And I have advantage on both of them, because Nurgle's also helping me.
So true. Okay.
That's a 27 and a 24.
Absolutely hits.
So first attack, 6 damage.
Okay.
Still up.
Yep.
And 7 damage.
Okay. It is actually still up.
Boo.
Again, just barely. Now it has these like holes in it from Eldritch Blast, but it is still coming.
Alright, well, let's see if we can't finish you off. And I summon my tentacle on the deck of the ship. And which of the 2 now very hurt zombies looks weaker? Because that's the one I want to hit.
The one that you've hit looks weaker.
Alright. He thought it was just a 1-2 punch, but here comes the 3. 21.
Yeah, that hits. Almost certainly is going to kill.
8 damage.
Yeah, the zombie is sort of its body just barely held together after being impacted with these arcane blasts, and the tentacle just swings at it and knocks it back down into the water.
All right. And then I look at the one that's in melee with me again. I'm like, yeah, huh?
Ooh. It does not seem deterred. Cool. That's Alden's turn. He is going to attack the zombie that's standing in front of him. Wow, delightful. Yeah, he actually hits on both attacks.
Wow.
So that will be... Okay. He does 8 damage on his first attack and 6 damage on his second attack, and he's not going to use any of his maneuvers right now because none of them are really great right now. So that will be the one kind of remaining normal hurt zombie on this side. Is going to lunge over the side of the ship, and is going to run up and attack, I think, Regin as well.
Damn.
Shouldn't have shattered them all for a bunch of damage.
Yeah, they really don't like Regin, huh?
I think he misses.
It was a good shatter.
Yeah, an 11 doesn't hit, right?
Correct.
Cool. Then the strong guys are going to come up over the side. The strong guys are going to come up over the side of the ship. One of them will rush up and attack Finn. The other one's going to come attack Alden.
The Noive.
So Finn, that is a 16 to hit.
And I have an important question for you.
Uh-huh.
Can I say that I cast mage armor like an hour ago?
Yes, for sure.
All right, cool. I did as we were approaching the cove, and so no, that does not hit.
Delightful. Second attack then. That one is a 19.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Okay, so you take only 5 slashing damage, but I do need a Constitution saving throw.
16.
Cool. 16 is just fine. You are fine.
Cool, and then I need a strength saving throw. Because I'm using my gift of the gem dragon on this guy who just did melee damage to me.
Awesome, for sure, for sure. That is that's a 12 for him.
That's not gonna do it, sir. So he takes 2d8 force damage and is pushed 10 feet away from me.
Delightful.
12 damage.
Okay.
As Finn just shouts, "Yuck!" and a wave of energy blasts out and sends this guy flying.
Cool. He goes flying back, kind of slams into the railing of Matt Black.
Don't chip the paint.
Awesome.
We just had it buffed.
Actually, 10 feet, Andy?
Yeah.
I'll have him make a dex save to see if he can grab the edge of the ship or if he gets pushed into the water. Come on, bestie. He's got a -1 to dex. I'm going to say this is a DC, let's call it 14. That's an 8. So he falls, splashes into the water below. He is not...
I messaged the fish down there. Look out!
Oh, I was all the way on the other side. I'm good. He is not dead, but he is down in the water and is going to have to spend his next turn climbing up. So, great.
I look at the one in melee with me again, and I do like the point at my eyes, point at his.
He just does not seem smart enough to be intimidated.
God damn, this guy's stoic.
Okay, then the other one is attacking Alden. First one will hit. Second one will also hit. So Alden takes a total of... Wow. Only a total of 10 slashing damage. Low damage rolls. But does have to make 2 Constitution saving throws. With the benefit of Malachi's aura. Ooh, okay. Even with the aura, one of those fails. So, you guys see as Alden gets stabbed with this rusty longsword, where the wound is sort of starts to grow these black barnacles kind of all around it. And you see him sort of like stumble back a little and like cough as this is clearly affecting him, although the effects of it are not immediately apparent.
Okay.
At the end of the round, these strands of seaweed kind of come winding their way up the sides of the boat and kind of snake across to your little group. They are going to wrap themselves around the ankles of, they're going to attempt to wrap around the ankles of Alden for sure, and then can the other 3 of you just give me luck checks?
Nat 20.
5.
7.
Okay, they're gonna try and grab Finn and Malachi.
With the nat 20, could Regin pour some salt on these guys so they shrivel up and die?
Does that happen to seaweed?
No.
I will say that the nat 20 can give Malachi, who's standing closest to Regin, I will say that can give Malachi advantage on this because Regin can sort of like try and pull you out of the way.
Yes.
So, go ahead and both of you make me dexterity saving throws.
Oh, Hannah, thank you, Nalani.
Sorry.
24.
Well, with advantage and also my dex and my aura, that is a 15.
Okay, cool. You guys both manage to jump out of the way of the seaweed as it comes up over the deck. Alden, who had
No weed of the sea would ever harm me.
Alden, who had disadvantage because of the barnacles, fails with the nat 1, and his legs are kind of wrapped up in this seaweed, and he is considered mechanically grappled at this point. Back to the top, Regin, that is your turn again.
Okay. How close together are the 2 big boys?
The ones who are menacing you and Malachi right now are standing right next to each other.
Perfect. I cast lightning bolt.
Oh, okay. They will make dexterity saving throws. Okay. One of them actually is going to save with an 18. The other one has a 2.
Okay. I forgot this meant I would have to get out all of my d6s. Pardon me.
Take your time, take your time.
Hannah, remind me, do I get my reaction back on my turn or on each round at the top of the round?
On your turn.
Oh, cool.
Okay, the one who failed is going to take 21. And the one who passed will take, 11?
10.
So close.
Okay. Yeah, they are now both... the one who passed was the one who had taken more damage, so they have now taken pretty close to the same amount of damage and both look very hurt.
Wonderful. So I crispy deep fried these boys, and now I'm gonna rage.
Cool. Yeah, you hold out your hands, and this bolt of lightning comes streaking out of Regin's hands, slamming into both of these zombies, and then just, like, going out over the ocean, as both of them are kind of forced to stumble back under the weight of this electricity. Delightful. The one who is hiding is going to pop up from cover briefly to shoot at... It'll go 1 at Regin, 1 at Malachi. But it'll take the one with advantage from being hidden on Regin. That is a 22 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
So you take... Okay. 4 piercing damage, half to 2 because you're raging. And then an additional 6 poison damage, which halves to 3 because you're a half-dwarf. I do still need another Constitution saving throw, though.
That is a 28.
Great, you're so fine. And then the second shot at Malachi. Okay. 11 to hit. I don't know why I consistently roll so poorly at Malachi. And then it's going to hide again. Wow. It crit on hiding, so it is so hidden.
I hate this guy.
Literally so hiding.
Oh, thank goodness I was just imagining the zombie with the crossbow. He's not actually here.
Delightful. Nell is going to bonus action disengage and is going to move away from your whole little group here, and is going to shoot at... They'll try and pick off the one that's still in melee with Alden before it gets to take a turn. Okay, misses the first attack, even with the extremely low zombie armor class. Wow, and crits on the second one.
Wow!
And they get sneak attack. Oh, the zombie is going to be so unnecessarily overly dead. Yeah, I'm not actually going to roll damage, because that zombie is just very dead. Cool. That is Nurgle's turn.
Stay by my side, buddy.
The blades that are in melee with Regin and Malachi are going to keep attacking you guys. Only a 13 to hit Regin.
Mm-hmm.
And then second attack, 16 to hit?
Yeah.
Okay. You take Jesus Christ, another 1 on damage. 4 slashing damage, half to 2, and then give me a Constitution saving throw.
I'm gonna reuse my reaction on that.
Oh, okay.
So you'll remove 7 from whatever damage that dealt.
Cool. So you take no damage, and because you're taking no damage, I'm gonna say you don't need to make the con save. I'm just gonna say that the sword is entirely blocked by Malachi's axe.
Babe, you don't have to do that. I can take it. I mean, it's sweet of you, though. I do appreciate it.
I mean, what else am I doing?
The other one is now attacking Malachi. That is... Does a 17 hit?
No.
Okay, so the other one doesn't hit either. That's fine.
This rules.
Malachi, that's your turn.
Oh, I love having my armor back on when we fight.
We should lie to make Hannah feel better.
No.
Yeah.
Question about the guy who's hiding.
Mm-hmm.
Can I find him?
So you would need to use your action to make a perception check in order to find a hiding creature. Which you then could be like, there he is for everyone else. But that's your whole action.
Right. Someone should find that guy. 'Cause if you do, I can brand them. I will just attack the guys in front of us.
Cool.
17 to hit.
Hits.
Well, it's 8 damage. And how does he look after?
Do you want to have gone for the one that's slightly more hurt, or the one that's in melee with you is looking quite hurt?
Then sure. After 8 or before the 8?
This is after the 8. The one after you hit him, he's looking very hurt, I will say.
I'm just gonna attack again.
Okay.
Hi, crit!
Wow!
Can this be on the guy who wasn't as hurt?
They're both standing next to each other, so I'll say if you want to take one attack at the one in front of you and then your second attack at the other one, that's fine.
Yeah, just so I can try and whittle him down evenly.
Uh-huh.
Alrighty. 17 damage.
17 damage will do it. You kind of swing into the first zombie with your axe, and then the axe keeps going, and you chop into this one with such force that you see, as you fell it, the zombie's undead flesh is still trying to hold together, but this hit was massive enough that it can't kind of reconstitute itself and just sort of collapses on the deck.
Gross.
It is pretty gross, yeah.
Nice.
Anything else?
It's too bad Matt Black isn't self-cleaning, too.
Yeah. Yeah, I kick the remains off the edge of the ship for my bonus action.
Cool. Okay, the zombies who are... Well, it's this one who's in melee with Finn, so he's going to attack Finn, despite the menacing that Finn has attempted to do.
There's no getting through to this guy.
You know, maybe in some senses it worked, because that is a natural 2. So definitely not going to hit. He goes to swing, but he looks over at the, other fallen zombies and is a little shaken. This other one currently isn't in melee with anyone, so he's going to go engage with Alden, because he gets advantage because Alden's grappled.
Oh. Yeah, I should have done something about that.
No, I'm engaged, Alden.
I haven't conducted a ceremony.
You don't need to engage.
Oh. Alright, well let me know when you guys are ready.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Can we talk about this when I'm not wrapped in seaweed?
Sorry, you just look really cute.
You know, a lot of people say that's therapeutic.
I'd look cuter if I wasn't wrapped in seaweed that I think is trying to kill me.
Yeah, I think the barnacles are really harshing the vibe.
Maybe it's just trying to exfoliate you.
They kinda suck.
He takes 3 bludgeoning damage from this zombie.
I thought you were gonna say from this conversation.
From this conversation, he's taking psychic damage.
Is Alden within 5 feet of me?
I think no. I think...
Okay.
No, I said you guys were all grouped up at the center of Matt Black. So I think the only person who's not within 5 feet of you is Nell, who moved a little bit further away. So Alden is within 5 feet of you.
3 damage isn't that significant, though, so I'll let that sit.
Okay.
Sorry, bud.
Finn, that is your turn.
Can I get a sit rep?
Yes. You have a weak zombie who has not yet been hit in melee with you. There is another zombie who has not yet been hit in melee with Alden, who is has seaweed kind of wrapping around him, and also barnacles growing out of his arm. There's one extremely weak normal zombie over by Malachi and Regin. I'm so sorry. That one absolutely should have been hit by the lightning bolt. So that guy's not there. Regardless of, even if he saved, he would be dead. So I'm just going to say that one is gone.
Epic win for lightning bolt.
So there's two...
Wow, I'm like killing in my sleep.
Two normal zombies left, neither of which have been hit yet, one of which is in melee with you and one's in melee with Alden. There's the hiding zombie somewhere on deck. There's one of the strong guys who's very hurt in melee with Malachi and Regin. There's the guy that you pushed off the ship who's in the water below. And then there's a strong guy who hasn't been hit yet, who I think is also in melee with Alden, if I'm remembering right.
Ooh.
Okay, so I'm gonna shoot at the normal zombie who's in melee with Alden.
Okay, go for it.
Fire an Eldritch Blast. Dirty 20 and a 16.
Both hit.
2 7s.
Cool. Okay, is extremely hurt.
And then my tentacle is gonna zip on over there and whack the same guy.
Awesome.
18.
Hits.
7 damage.
Hey! Exactly what you needed. That zombie is gone.
Stop bothering the man when he's trying to enjoy a seaweed peel.
Thank you, I think.
And then I look back at the zombie that's in melee with me, and instead of being intimidating, I just give him a very exasperated, like, really, man? Are we still doing this? Look.
Cool, that's Alden's turn. Yeah, he's just going to attack the one that's in front of him, rather than trying to get out of the seaweed. So he has disadvantage on these, but these guys have a low armor class. Yeah, so that hits, and then his second attack will also hit. So he does a total of 16 damage to this guy. And then he's going to make his second attack a distracting attack. So anybody else who goes to hit this particular one, you have advantage on the attack and a bonus d8 to your damage if you hit. The next creature to do that. Sorry, not anyone. All these zombies are dead. These big guys get to go again. The one that was pushed into the water spends his action dashing, climbing up the side of the ship. He is now back on the ship, but does not have the movement to get in melee with anyone or attack.
Oh, you want some more, do you?
Oh! This one's going to attack Alden again. Misses with the first attack, because those were a 1 and a 3 on the dice. Wow, also misses with the second attack. Comes to a 15. Cool, so, at the end of the round, I need dexterity saving throws. Actually, each of you go ahead and roll a d20 for me again.
3.
10.
19.
Okay, I need dexterity saving throws from Finn and Regin, and then Alden's going to make a strength save to not be pulled off the ship.
Huh?
That's a 10.
Oof.
24 for me.
Okay, Aura gets Alden to a 14 strength save, which saves. And he is not pulled off the ship, is still restrained by the vines. And Finn is now also restrained by the seaweed as it comes wrapping up your legs.
I'm too distracted talking to my melee zombie. I'm like, listen, all I'm saying is clearly we are way more what is this?
Cool.
You see why Alden doesn't like it now.
Actually, it's growing on me.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That is going to be Reagan's turn.
Okay. Status report, if you please.
Yes, there is a zombie hiding somewhere on the deck. There is an extremely hurt, strong zombie in melee with Malachi and you. 2 strong zombies who have been hit a bit, but not very much. One of whom is just kind of standing on the deck, and one of whom's in melee with Alden, and then a weak zombie who's in melee with Finn.
Okay. I'm gonna run up on the one that's in melee with Alden.
Okay. You will take an opportunity attack from the one that's by you and Malachi.
It's fine, I'm fast as fuck, boy.
Cool. Misses anyway with a 13. So.
And I'm going to swing my hammer at the one that is in melee with Alden.
Delightful. You have advantage on the attack because of his distracting attack.
It's 21 to hit.
Hits. When you roll damage, go ahead and add a bonus d8. Also from distracting strike.
14.
Okay. Still standing.
That's all I got.
Okay. That is the assassin's turn. It will...
Hate this guy.
Yeah. It gives up its nice crit cover to shoot. Gonna shoot once at Malachi and then once at Finn. Because it can get advantage on both those. So at Malachi, advantage from hiding. Jesus fucking Christ. A 2 and a 6 on the dice. So that comes to an 11 to hit, which won't hit. But at Finn, much better. That's a 22 to hit. So you take...
I'm going to use my reaction on this one.
Okay. You take 9 piercing damage and an additional 4 poison damage. So Taylor, tell me how much of that you can...
So you'll take 7 away from that, so you'll have 6 damage left. Is that right?
Yeah. So, Andy, you take 6 damage, and then please give me a Constitution saving throw.
23.
Okay. You do not start growing barnacles.
Finn's really disappointed. He wanted to start growing barnacles.
The assassin will hide again, because that's what he does.
Hate that guy.
Still beats all of your passive perceptions, and is hit.
I grab the bolt in my body, and I'm like, where did this come from?
Nell will shoot... They'll shoot the one that's in melee with Malachi. Hey, that hits. A total of 17 damage, which reduces this zombie to 0. However, the zombie is going to go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw with a pretty high DC, because that was a lot of damage. So we're going to see how it does. Wow, nat 1 from the zombie.
Wow!
You see once again, this crossbow bolt just kind of like buries right in the side of the skull. And you see like barnacles start growing along the crossbow bolt as the zombie tries to stand back up, but stays down. Now we'll take their second attack at, they'll go for the one that isn't in melee with anybody. And we'll hit, dealing 10 damage to that one. And then they're going to bonus action help Finn again to kind of negate some of the disadvantage that you're going to have from being wrapped up in seaweed. That is Nurgle's turn.
Nurgle, where'd that zombie with the crossbow go?
Nurgle will make a perception check. Yeah.
Yeah!
10.
A 10 will not do it. He's better hidden than that. So Nurgle starts kind of flying around looking for the other zombie, but looks back at you and goes, ah!
Okay.
These guys are all dead. Malachi, that's your turn.
Nice. Is the guy in front of me dead?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Alden time, I guess.
Okay.
Malachi attacks Alden?
Because Alden still... Well, wait. There's one guy on Alden. Where's the other strong guy?
The other strong guy has not engaged with anyone yet because he had to spend the last turn climbing back onto the ship.
Right.
So
Okay.
currently Finn has a weak guy in melee with him, and Finn is wrapped in vines. Alden has a strong guy in melee with him, but Regin's also there. And Alden is also wrapped in vines. And then there's a guy just standing there.
Regin, you handle that one. I will go to the one that hasn't been hit.
Okay. It has been hit. It just is not in melee. Cause
the guy who Finn knocked over.
Yeah.
11.
11 hits.
Wow! And that's 9 damage.
Okay.
And I will hit him again, or try to.
Delightful.
Hi, crit!
Wow!
Again! Wow. Can I smite?
Yeah. You could smite. I believe if you do a first level smite, that's going to be 6d8.
Because he's undead, right?
On top of your crit. Because he's undead, so being undead adds an extra d8, and then you're doubling it.
Yeah. Alright, that rules. Okay. 6?
Yeah. Total it up because I want to hear the number. He's going to be dead unless you roll remarkably low.
Which, don't jinx me, but this rules.
Yeah, that's true.
35 damage.
Jesus. Yeah. So dead. So dead. He still had a solid amount of hit points left, and you have just carved through all of it.
This is the first time Malachi's tried radiant damage against an undead ever, and he hits them with the axe. And it just, like, explodes outward, and Malachi's just, like, left there, like, with this shocked look on his face with a little piece of barnacle above his eyebrow.
Yeah. fully explodes. No reconstituting here. Wow.
I turn to my melee zombie and I'm like, at this point I just feel bad for you, honestly, more than anything else.
The melee zombie responds by immediately lunging at you, Finn. Still misses, Finn.
Must we do this dance?
And Finn, that's your turn.
I stare at my melee zombie and I'm just like, I'll get to this. And then I'm going to shoot. There's still a strong one by Alden, right?
Yep.
And I'm going to shoot the strong one by Alden.
Awesome.
With Eldritch Blast. And I've disadvantage from being grappled?
You have, you're flat on the first one because Nell helping you cancels out the disadvantage, and then disadvantage on the second one.
That is a 13 and a 9.
The 13 hits, the 9 does not.
That's 10 damage with the one that hits.
Okay. Very, very fucked up.
Well, let's see if we can't finish the job with a tentacle.
Okay.
18 to hit.
Hits.
7 damage.
Okay. This one gets to make a con save. So let me... Come on. At least one of you guys. At least one of you. Okay. Rolled a 4 on the dice. That will not get us there. It gets smacked with the tentacle. You see the zombie struggle to rise again, but instead just collapse in a pile of flesh and seaweed. And you are left with one zombie that is hiding and one zombie that is standing right in front of you as the only combatants on the board.
I mean, are you even trying to hit me? I'm not sure. I don't get it.
Oh. Cool. Alden, on his turn, then, is going to attempt to break out of the vines that are still around him, which is an athletics check, which he's good at. Yeah, he manages to kind of shake off the seaweed and takes a couple of steps back, released from that. At the end of the round...
Oh, no.
I need Malachi and Regin, I need you to both just roll me another d20 luck check to see who the vines are trying to grab.
16.
10.
Okay. Then Alden and Nell are both going to make dexterity saving throws as the seaweed lunges for them, and then from Finn, I need a strength saving throw.
Oh. I mean, I guess worst case scenario, I'm just in the water.
Yep.
Which I love. 14?
Okay, 14 is the DC. We've had 2 people 14 on these strength saves. So you just barely managed to stand your ground, Finn, as the seaweed tries to drag you into the sea.
Oh, this seaweed's playful.
Regin, that is your turn.
All right, who's still standing here?
Somewhere someone is hiding. That's it.
All right. I'm ready to sniff. I sniff him out. I sniff, sniff, sniff. Where is he hiding?
Make a perception check.
Can I have advantage for my sniffing?
No.
All right, it's worth an ask.
It was.
Was it?
It's always worth an ask.
It's always worth an ask. That was an 8.
8 will not do it. You are not able to spot the assassin. However, do you have anything else you'd like to do?
Is anybody still trapped in vines and weed? Anybody still trapped in weed? Just Finn?
Just Finn.
Also, wait, isn't there still a zombie in melee with me?
Oh! Yes. So sorry, I did forget about that guy. Nani, if you want to have attacked that guy, you can.
Okay, yes. Roll it back.
Roll it back. So there's one guy who's hiding, and then there's one weak zombie who's in melee with Finn.
Weak zombie in melee with Finn. I will smash him with my hammer.
Delightful.
26 to hit, not 20.
Yep, that hits. Nice. Go ahead and roll double damage because you crit.
You can't say I didn't warn you, dude.
5 damage.
Okay. You deal 5 damage to this guy.
Hi, Finn.
Hey, Regin.
I don't think I have anything else to do.
Cool.
This guy's honestly not much to worry about.
Finn's gonna neg him to death.
The assassin, on its turn, stands up from where it was hiding and doesn't shoot. Instead, it just kind of like stands there in the middle of the deck and like sort of tips its head to the side and opens its mouth, and this like brackish seawater comes pouring out, just like smelling of the pits of the ocean. this scent of like disease and brine.
We have a toilet downstairs.
And I need everybody to make me a wisdom saving throw.
21.
Dirty 20.
14.
Okay. Cool. So none of you are frightened. Nell is actually the only one who is frightened of this, which frankly checks out.
If you have like a candle with this scent, I'd love to get one.
And then the assassin, in this moment, kind of as you guys are watching, you can see this like gold medallion around the assassin's neck that is like hanging there. This sort of big gold. It's actually like square shaped.
He's got a piece of bait.
This big square-shaped gold thing.
Like a cube?
Not like a cube. It's not. It looks like it is not three-dimensional.
Just a square.
Just a square. A cross-section of a cube.
It's like a cube, but less so.
But you see it just sort of glinting there amidst the undead flesh. And you sort of just barely catch a glimpse of that as the assassin runs and jumps off the side of the ship and plunges down into the water below.
Oop. Bye.
I look at the zombie in melee with me, and I'm like, see, got the right idea.
Who does that? You just throw up and then you leave the party? What's wrong with this guy?
I mean, we've all been there.
I haven't.
You at least say you're sorry and offer to clean up the mess.
Hey, spend another 3 days on Angel Island. You know what I'm saying?
Cool. Nell is gonna shoot at the one remaining zombie. Wow.
Oh, this guy's still here. I thought we were alone.
Will hit with one of those attacks. Deals 13 damage, so this zombie is still standing, but not by much. That is going to be... Andy, do you want Nurgle to do anything?
Can Nurgle, like, peck at the seaweed that's wrapped around me?
Oh, yeah. Nurgle can peck at the seaweed. I'll say that'll give you advantage if you do something to get out of it.
Alright.
Malachi, that's you.
Well, if the scuttler is gone, I guess I'll go for Finn's weak guy.
Okay.
11?
11 hits.
Does 13 take him down?
Yes. He had, like,
Nice.
5 hit points left. So with a single swing from your axe, you manage to take this zombie down.
I was actually starting to bond with him a little at this point.
Oh my god, Finn! You need to make up your mind.
And with the last zombie gone, the seaweed retreats. It, like, lets go of Finn's ankles and moves back to the edge of the ship and kind of retreats so that it's not actively menacing you, but you are actually still, like, this seaweed is still coming up from under the ocean and, like, creeping up the sides of Matt Black. And you see the sea has gone still for now as you guys have repelled this first wave of undead and are now just kind of there at the edge of the cove. And that's where we will go ahead and end our session for tonight.
I'm gonna take a torch and just kind of be like, shoo, just like singeing the residual seaweed.
You can do that next time.
We just touched this up. You wretched plants.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone, for listening. As usual, if you liked that, which I hope you did, you can find us other places on the internet. We are at Ship of Fools Cast on Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram. And you can also find us on Patreon at patreon.com/shipoffools for our fun bonus content.
Yeah.
We're over there. Give us money.
Yeah.
And a new episode of Folio just came out last week.
Yeah.
Or I guess 2 weeks ago by the time. I don't know.
It sure did. Go listen to us be Shakespeare-ish. We have a few people we need to thank. Thank you, as always, to Theo Golden for our beautiful logo art. You can find him at tgoldenart on Instagram. And thank you to Lucas for our theme music. You can find him at lucascarlmusic@gmail.com.
That's Carl with a K, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we will be back on May 24th with a new episode. So May 24th for episode 48. And until then, we will see you on the open seas. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, sorry, can you guys say that again?
19.
7.
I have a 19. That's the highest, so I'll say it first.
Thank you, Nani.
And then I had a 14.
Great.
And I had a 7.
Great.